So your relationship has ended and your ex wants to stay friends. Should you do it? Well, there are actually 5 questions that you should ask yourself before you decide whether or not you should be friends with the ex. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what they are, which will hopefully clear it up for you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and my bedroom. I'm Renee Slansky. I'm a professional dating and relationship coach, and I help women from around the world build the relationship that they desire and deserve. Okay, let's talk about staying friends with the ex. Now, this is a question that I get asked all the time, and it is something that I personally have been friends with my exes in the past, but only up until a certain point. I guess I've more kept it civil. I haven't actually encouraged a friendship with them, and I can honestly say right now, I'm not in contact or friends with any of them, and I haven't been for years. But I understand that it is different for each and every person. So what I want to do is I want to at least give you 5 questions to ask yourself, as I mentioned, to work out if it is a healthy and sensible decision to actually stay friends with somebody that you had a romantic and intimate relationship with. But before I jump into those 5 questions, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Give me a thanks, Renee, in the comments down below if this video has helped you. Okay, first question. Ask yourself, is it necessary? Is having this friendship with this person actually going to be necessary? Because what we can do is we can confuse that just because we've been intimate with somebody or just because we've invested and spent a long amount of time with somebody, that therefore we should continue to have them in our life. And that's where I think it gets really sort of messy. Now, if you have children with your ex, or maybe you have a business, then I think there definitely needs to be some sort of civil relationship. But whether that progresses into a friendship, is that really necessary? Because you've got to remember that you will be now living separate lives, doing your own thing. And the last thing that you want to do is feel that you have to put more effort into the sort of relationship that you had now based off the relationship that you used to have. Relationships fall apart for a reason, and just because you guys had a relationship before doesn't mean that you should continue to have one. The second question to ask yourself is it edifying to my peace, my growth, and my mental health? If your relationship has ended and you still have feelings for him, it's going to actually be really hard to be able to move on and have peace about, knowing that you've made the right decision if you have constant contact with somebody. We need to remember that a friendship is about actually involving each other in your lives. It's about keeping up to date with what's going on, maybe hanging out every now and then. And if that is something that you want to do with your ex, ask yourself, okay, well, is it going to help me heal? Is it going to be good for me, or is it just going to put me in a spot of confusion where I will start to feel more for him and then I'll wish that he felt more for me and I wish it could work out, and you'll just be both maybe even caught in this limbo land about, okay, did we make the right decision? But then most of the time you usually don't get that progress. What I see happen is people go, okay, well, let's be friends. And then it really gets messy because there's unmet expectations. Somebody likes someone more than the other. Somebody hopes that they get back together and the other person doesn't. And then it might turn into friends with benefits, which is a whole nother video. And really it creates this blurred sort of boundary, which then starts to affect your emotional and mental health as well as your peace and progress. Number 3, ask yourself, will it affect my present or future relationships? If you want to stay friends with the ex, but then you're trying to date somebody else, ask yourself, well, are they going to be comfortable with the fact that my ex is still in my life? Chances are the answer is no. Now, you might have had obviously a marriage to your ex, and so there has to be, again, some sort of connection there because of children or assets or whatever. But you really have to decide, okay, well, what is this friendship going to look like? Again, is it going to be business-like? Is it going to be civil? Are we just going to be on good terms? If you want to be chummy with your ex because they want it or you want it, but then you're still trying to have another relationship with somebody else, that's going to be really confusing for everybody involved, and it's not going to be respectful to that new person that you're getting involved with either. Which brings me to point number 4. Ask yourself, will this friendship with my ex actually stop me from moving on? And a lot of the times I see this happen. Girls go, okay, well, let's be friends, or guys go, let's be friends. And you start this friendship, but they get to move on and you don't. And then you're left there with just the scraps of whatever friendship they give you. Meanwhile, they're building a brand new relationship and you're still hoping and holding out that maybe they'll get a revelation and love you back. You want to be able to move on from somebody, and if you want to be able to heal, then if you're able to avoid as much interaction and contact as possible, you're going to give yourself a fighting chance to actually make that happen. If you're going to continue to stay with somebody who you do have an emotional or physical attachment to, let's be honest, it's going to be harder to actually move on. So even if they want to have a friendship with you, and even if you want to have a friendship with you, maybe actually take time to heal first, so that if you do start a friendship with them, you know that it isn't going to hinder you from being able to move on and build a relationship with somebody else, or just be happy as a single and not pine for them. And lastly, number 5, ask yourself, is this going to be awkward, and are there going to be unmet expectations? Because a lot of the times it does get awkward because one person wants a really strong, close friendship and the other one doesn't. Or you start off both being great friends and hanging out and doing things, and then all of a sudden the feelings come back, but the issues haven't gone, or they don't want to commit. Or they pull back and they've met somebody else and now you feel like you've been rejected all over again. Or maybe it's going to be awkward when you hang out and you're kind of like, oh, they wanted more and you didn't, and it just kind of gets messy. All right, girls and guys, hope that video helped you. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Ladies, I forgot to say, if you want to join my free Facebook group, Worth the Wait, it is for single girls who are learning how to thrive and really know how to date strategically and successfully, then you can do that by simply clicking the link in the bio down below. It is an amazing group and I do lots of free coaching in there. All right, until next time, drop a thanks Renee if this video has helped you, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.